the ASM artist. Hey guys, what's up? It's the ASM artist here. Back with another video. I'm feeling cozy in this one. I expanded the lights out a little bit more. I'm experimenting with some more backlighting. So that red is, I usually would, it's not a huge difference, but I would usually shoot from the side, but now it's from the back, which is a little bit more interesting. So if you want to hear the epitome of an awful recording space, I'll just stop talking for a second. I don't know what that is. I think that's my freezer. I have a freezer right next to me where I record. And it sounds like an animal digging next to my house. That's what I thought it was when I first started recording down here. But luckily for you guys, I am investing in partially renting out a room at my friend's place. And that I will record there. And maybe eventually move in, but at first it's going to start out as a recording space for doing videos, and especially live streams, because he also has very, very good internet. So that's one of the big reasons I have very bad internet at my house. So if you want to kind of help fund that, you can support me on Patreon or donate to the channel, or just keep watching. Just keep being a loyal viewer. That's a huge, huge help. It's a huge, huge thing. I think this is my favorite cover. I don't know if I even like the sounds the most. Just, even though it's super basic, there's just something very nice about an all-black microphone, especially with this all-black background. I'm really digging. I feel like I have a lot more space to move around now that I kind of moved my lights out a little bit more, because I have to step forward in order for these lights to backlight me. Oh, that's a lot better. I don't know why I didn't have it like that. That's the look I was going for. Kind of a red and a white. Also put up a poll. This is supposed to be a rambling video. This was specifically requested to do hand sounds and rambling, and I might get bored and throw in some other triggers here. But also, a huge resounding response on, I did a whispered video. You have to understand, it might be a long time before I actually post this from the time that I'm recording it, so I just put up, what was it? ASMR for Anxiety 2. So it might be a long time ago now when you're watching this posted on the channel for the first time. I don't know. Or it might be very soon. But anyway, I kind of asked, what do you guys like more? Whispering or soft-spoken? And a lot of people were like, soft-spoken is your thing. So here I am back with some soft-spoken. Because I recorded a bunch of whisper videos, because I recorded a bunch of whisper videos, because I had a bunch of people asking for them, but it seems the majority like soft-spoken. Visual, grab, pull, grab, twist, pull, grab, twist, pull. This looks like a futuristic set almost. I love this lighting. Who would have thought? Maybe it doesn't make that big of a difference to you, but for me, this looks completely different than if I would have had the light from the side. The back lighting really has a more three-dimensional effect. The main thing I was going for is, if you look on the borders of my sweatshirt, like the red on this shoulder, the white on this shoulder. So it contrasts with the background a bit more. A little bit of filmmaking technique. A lot of people also really, I had people specifically, one or two people reached out to me on Instagram and said, talk more about the equipment. It's really, really cool and interesting to hear. I had somebody that said they were a DP or I can't remember the exact position. It might have been that. And it was also another position on a film set and like a legit filmmaker. And they commented and said, like, I really like that you talk about equipment because I don't get to hear about that outside of like my job that often. It's relaxing to me. And he's like, and you also know what you're talking about. So that's also good, which is reassuring because I'm only in college for film right now. I'm pretty early on at that, and a lot of the stuff I've taught myself from really watching YouTube mostly. Also, I really like, it's really cozy to record in a sweatshirt. It feels comfortable. But then at the same time, I don't want you guys to think that like I always wear the same sweatshirt, so I worry about that, like not wearing the same sweatshirt in too many videos. We'll start like a cool sweatshirt collection. That can be like a thing for the channel. That can be like a thing for the channel. It's like starting a cool sweatshirt collection. I can't do it. I can't do it. Hear that room echo? Yeah. Yeah, baby. That's the big cool thing about if I rent that space from my friend is I can soundproof it, at least to an extent, to make it optimized for video recording and ASMR. So help me, guys. Help me make this expense. Help me make this expense. Go in with me. Invest in the ASMR artist. Let's make that a meme. Invest in the ASMR artist. I used to do this visual all the time when I first started the channel. And now that I have the fancy new camera and the cool lights, it looks really cool. It looks like it's the end of like an 80s film. It's like an emergency's going on. The red light is flashing. It is the climax of the film. It's all leading up to this moment. It's all building up. It's all leading up. And tingles. Should I do a full mic triggers video again? You gotta let me know in the comments. Leave a comment down below. Do you want to see a full mic triggers video? All mic triggers. Scratching. Somebody requested that I did a mic triggers video in the comments of a video, and they said to do with all the different covers that I have. So like this foamy wind cover, I have a soft wind cover for the Blue Yeti, and without the cover, and the Zoom I had the soft wind cover. But that's basically an idea I had written down in I have like a book for I like write my lists down in for like what I'm going to do. Like I'm a very list oriented person for what I'm going to do for a day or that week or whatever. And then I also write down like what I'm planning to record and ideas for videos. And that's basically like exactly an idea that I had written down. one more light to illuminate the microphone a little bit. You can never have too many lights. Never have too much equipment. Ramble, 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 ramble. The trick is speeding up and slowing it down to make it more interesting. Looks so goofy right now, but it's cool, huh? It looks cool. That's the thing, it's great for ASMR for me, is I get to do all these little useless things, like just sounds, things that sound good, or just things that kind of look cool, and just get to experiment with that and turn it into, like, art that I would never otherwise be able to do anything with. Being able to do this around something completely useless outside of this. I do not want to do a full beard scratching video. Don't. It's not something I'm interested in. Or, I'm sorry to break it to you, for some of you, mouth sounds. I'm not planning on really ever doing mouth sounds on this channel. So I'm sorry to some of you that's gonna let down, but I think I'm establishing kind of my things, and people really like that I speak at almost a completely normal volume for ASMR, because maybe not as loud as I would if I were presenting for a regular other kind of video, but speaking at a much louder volume than a lot of people usually would for ASMR. So that's like one of my things, and definitely hand sounds. That's a lot of people's things though. But that, and one of the things I basically thought of when I first started the channel, I was like, I don't think I want to do mouth sounds. At first I didn't want to show my face either, but my first sponsor reached out to me, and they said one of the reasons that they chose to sponsor me over a lot of other ASMR artists was that I didn't do mouth sounds. So that's just one thing. I don't have anything against mouth sounds particularly, but it's just not my thing. I don't really seek out mouth sounds videos or mukbang videos or whatever. So I'm sorry. I don't have anything against it. But if you want to see mouth sounds, you might have to go to another channel. Oops, I keep touching the camera when I do that. I get so mad. I just start clocking the microphone. It's just like the loudest thing ever. It'd be like the worst thing to post as like a ASMR, like an ASMR April's Fool's video. It's just completely smacking the microphone. It's like the loudest, most unrelaxing thing ever. This is a really funny idea. I think it's a very funny idea, but I just don't think I should do it. I thought of doing an April Fool's ASMR where it's instead of it's instead of being ASMR to reduce anxiety, it's ASMR to incite anxiety. So it's like, yeah, it would be like titled like ASMR to give you anxiety, and the whole video I'm just like, I bet you have a lot of work you're avoiding right now, huh? Oh, just keep thinking about it. You're just putting it off, but it's just gonna keep piling up. Still do at the end of the week. It's not gonna change. Just like the whole time, it's like, don't look behind you. The epitome of not relaxing. Man, whenever I use this microphone, this Blue Yeti, versus the Zoom, I plug it into the Zoom and use the Fathead Phantoms I was talking about. I also plug it into USB power because the microphone needs more power. And I give it phantom power through the Zoom, which is not really important. If you don't know what that means, just means it just gives a little bit of a boost. Some microphones have like a weak signal and they need that extra boost to be loud enough, especially for ASMR. But anyway, whenever you have phantom power on the Zoom, it drains the battery really fast. And just last week, I put 4 new AA batteries in it, like one of the best Energizer AA's, and it's already like at the last bar. So that tells you how often I'm using it. Usually for like 25-30 minutes at a time. So I guess I'm putting the hours on that thing. It's a good investment. I'm glad I haven't like cheaped out on any equipment. Everything I've gotten so far, like the camera, the Zoom, it's all gonna last me a good while. But I'm not sure if I talked about this already. I'll cut this part out if I already talked about it earlier. I can't remember, but I put up a poll of if I should get a new lens or a new webcam for streaming, because I want to start streaming regularly, especially with that new room that I'm talking about. I'll just do a rambled section here with no other triggers. Because I did this on the stream, and it was just like a stream of consciousness, and it was just fun. And it just feels super personal. So if me personally, I don't know if this is a common thing, but I don't mind. Like I usually watch, even outside of ASMR, YouTubers for their like entire videos, and I always listen to the segments at the end, whether it's a sponsored segment or if they're just talking about something related, unrelated in the outro. I just always listen to that kind of stuff, usually because like the video's on in the background, but I just don't mind it that much. So that's kind of what this feels like and emulates. But anyway, circling back to what I was just talking about, the community tab, I put up a poll asking if I should get a new lens for my camera or a new webcam, because I was gonna stream more often. I already said this. I think more people said I should get the lens, but that's a much bigger investment. For my camera, I got it with what's called a kit lens, which is a zoom lens. It covers over a pretty wide focal length range. So it's useful. Like you get the camera, you get the kit lens, and it covers a lot of the focal lengths that you are likely going to use. So, but I want to get a prime lens at 23 millimeters. This is just specific camera stuff that's doesn't have to mean anything to you. If it doesn't, it's not that important. 23 millimeters is a focal length, which just means a prime lens. Instead of zooming like my lens, it's fixed at one focal length. So you can't zoom with the lens. You have to physically move the camera. You always have the same frame. The benefit to that, obviously it's a drawback to not be able to zoom, but the benefit is it's a much clearer picture, and I'm planning on getting the lens that is at the focal length I always shoot at. So my camera is, I could reach out just a little bit more and touch the lens. That's about how far away the camera is. And I always shoot with the zoom lens at about 23 millimeters. So I want to get the 23 millimeter prime lens, which will be even sharper and look really good for the videos. But even though most people said that I should get that lens, I think I might actually get the webcam first because it'll be cheaper. A new lens, like I was just talking about, is about $500 after shipping and handling, which is about half of what the camera body itself costs. So that's obviously a hefty investment and going to take a couple months to save up for. The alternative, the webcams aren't as expensive. The webcam I'm looking at costs about $100. And if I'm planning on streaming weekly, now that I can plug the Blue Yeti right into my computer, I might as well just get a webcam. So that's a better quality as well. And the streams are more accessible to more people. If you haven't joined a stream, or if you're not a big stream person, I ask that you please at least try it out, because a lot of people that tune into my streams, they say it's just like a super personal experience, and I just, talk directly to you guys. And a lot of people say I don't even like streams, but I just really enjoyed that. It was just fun. So try it out. Why not? If you don't like it, just don't come to the next one. That's all I ask. That was a fun little rambled section here at the end. This feels like a voiceover. That's one thing I want to get into now that I have this microphone. And I've been doing ASMR and practicing basically my speaking. I'm a lot better at speaking than I used to be. Oh my God, when I first started recording videos, I could not speak at all. And I've gotten a lot better by just practicing basically and just doing it a bunch. But I want to do some voiceover. That kind of sounded like Fred's voice. Let me know if you agree. All right, leave a like on this video. Leave a comment down below. What do you want to see next? Did you like this rambled video? Would you want a whole video where it's no other triggers, or where it's just me talking at you? Because that's something that it's really fun for me to do, and it feels like a skill that I've been building. And if you guys really enjoy that, then that could really pay off. I'm sorry about all that background noise upstairs. My dogs are making a bunch of noise. Case in point for why I want a new recording space. All right, I already said to leave a like and all that stuff. Check out my links in the description, and I hope to see you in the next one, guys. Bye.